welcome back to my pretzel decorating series where salty meets sweet. If you don't know who I am, I'm Cheryl from Lady Behind the Curtain, and I am so happy you're here. This will be a three-part video series covering all things about decorating pretzels, all the way from beginners to advanced. In part one video, you learned 5 basic pretzel decorating techniques. If you haven't seen that video, please go back to video number 1 of this series where I walk you through the basic pretzel decorating steps. I'll put a link below. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create fun themed pretzels using the techniques you learned in video 1. Side note, I'm not a professional pretzel decorator, but I have learned a lot over the last 14 years, and I want to share what I have learned with you. So let's get to it. So we are going to start with a basic, just a dip, but we're going to add this pretty coconut to it and make it into a fuzzy monster. If you've never colored coconut, it's really easy. All you do is put your coconut in a bag and then just add a few drops of gel food coloring, and then you just rub it, and until all of that color has rubbed into the coconut. Coconut takes color really well, really well. And I love, you probably can't see this, but there's different levels of green in there because some of the dye just sticks to 1 or 2 pieces and gets dark, and I really love it. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we are going to dip our pretzels in our chocolate and then into our coconut, let that harden, and then we're going to add eyes to it. So here we go. Remember, we learned this in the first video. It's just a simple coating. And I'm using my spoon and bowl technique instead of the piping bag. And this is Ghirardelli chocolate. And it's gorgeous. I love it. Okay, let's just take a little bit off. And I am going over this side so I can pull this over here. So you can kind of see, I'm going to lay it in my tray and just really cover it up with that coconut. Really get it completely coated. Okay. Really mold it in there. Then lift and put it over there to get nice and hard. Okay. Let's go on to our next one. I'm just going to do it sideways like this. That works. We're going to do another one. Another fun thing I like to do is at the end take all of these, the leftover coconut, mix it together. Then you've got 4 colors instead of just the 3. All right. This chocolate is loose. Here we go. Get it all covered. You know what? I noticed the other one dripped a little bit. I'm going to just let this sit while I do the other color. There we go. One more color. Okay. This side thing's in my way. All right. I want to do the same. Oh, that yellow is beautiful. Love the yellow. Do the same with that. Press it in there. Okay. Let's take this one out. Put it over here. This one out. I want to put this in the refrigerator and let it harden. Let's move on to Oreos. Now remember I told you I was going to show you how you can use all those flavors and incorporate them into your pretzels. So I have a all this is ground up Oreos in Ghirardelli white chocolate. I want to show you, let me show you something. I want to show you how I have this left over from when I made these. And I want to show you how I preserve leftover candy. All I do is I pour it onto parchment paper and just let it harden. And then it just peels right off and you put it into a Ziploc bag and it's good to go for next time. I will say though, that if you are using candy that has already been heated once, it's not going to take as long to melt again. So for instance, I usually melt my candy, I start at 1 minute. I melt it for 1 minute and stir it, and if it's not liquefied, then I do it for like 10 seconds more or 15, not very much. But the already heated candy I usually only do for 30 seconds, and usually it's melted and creamy and ready to go at only 30 seconds. So let's go ahead, get this heated up, and we will dip these. That did not take long. Look at the chunks. You see the chunks of cookie in there? Yum. That's going to be delicious. Okay, I'm going to get, love these parchment paper sheets. Let me get another cookie tray though. Thing down there, right here. All right, we are going to, let's get some pretzels. Here we go. All this is Oreos. There's nothing else in it. But, oh, I love the texture it has. All the little cookie bits. Wonderful. I have the recipe on my website, and I will be linking that down below for you. Okay, so easy. There it is. Can you see that? No. I'm going to move that. Let's move this for you. Can someone see it? I don't know. Here we go. All right. That's good. Perfect. Okay. Well, this gives me the perfect opportunity to show you what I mean by a candy puddle. You see that? There's extra hanging off. So I'm going to take, I hope you can see this, I'm going to take my paring knife and just slide it and just, it's easier to do once it's come back to room temperature. Then it's a lot easier to do. But this shows you how great this technique is, just to clean it up a little bit. Perfect. Look at that. Cleaned it up perfectly. No more petals. No more petals. Okay. Look at that. Now I'm going to do just like I did in the first video. I've got my chocolate over here in my in my pot. And you know what? I'm going to go at a diagonal for this. Here we go. Pretty. So easy. And remember, I just pull it up and put it onto a clean piece of parchment. And here, I have the finished products right here. They're so good. And you can just put them in a glass, add some, look at that. I just crushed up some cookies and put it on the bottom, and it's all ready to go. Well, I got to demonstrate that for you. Okay, I forgot to mention something. So what I did for this one to really pump up the peanut butter flavor, I added some PB2 to the melted chocolate, and I also added Loren's peanut butter oils, flavor oils. So that really pushed that peanut butter flavor. I will have this linked below. I have a recipe on my website, and I will have this linked below for you. But I want you to see, I've got some that are already dried, so I can show you these gorgeous. They are loaded with candy bars. Aren't they awesome? Love them so much. Okay, let's move on to our next one. Strawberry shortcake. This, yum. This would be good. I mean, this would be good just spreading it out, letting it harden, and eating it as candy, putting sprinkles on it and eating it as candy. It'd be great. I think Muddy Buddies or Puppy Chow, whichever you call it, be wonderful on that. So what it has is it has some pound cake in it, just the dry mix, and ground up freeze-dried strawberries. It also has the cake batter Loren oils. This stuff tastes, it's nice, it's kind of thick, a little bit thicker than just straight up melted candy, but it's so delicious. And I had some extra left over from when I made some other ones, so I'm just going to show you. There's chunks of strawberries in there. I'm going to just show you one. We'll just do one. You've seen enough of these, right? You know what to do by now. But I really just wanted to share with you this recipe. It's also going to be linked down below. This is the Oreo. The Oreo one, oh my goodness. It's so good just by itself. You do not need a pretzel. Okay. It's nice and thick, so it's not going to run all over the place like other pretzels. Let me get it on here better. All right. So, while that hardens, let's get off showing you stuff, and I want to actually demonstrating you stuff, and I want to show you a few ideas. How simple it is to take a dipped pretzel, add a few sprinkles, and create, let me get the other one, a cactus. Isn't this so cute? I love these so much. There they are. There they are. I just put in chocolate sprinkles. You can get a big tub of it at Walmart, and stuck them in little terracotta pots. Great for a fiesta party. It's adorable because it could sit at each place setting and be a treat and a decoration. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna show you a few other things, like sorry, I have to get off screen, how you can create a theme. See that? Those are everything you learned in the first video. It's just dipping and sprinkles and drizzles. But look how you can just create the best. They're just so dang cute. I can't. I love them so much. Okay. Okay, I went ahead and took out the strawberry shortcake out of the refrigerator and went ahead and added the sprinkles, the drizzle, and all that because you've seen enough of that. So this is how it looks, isn't it? It's really cute, very tasty, and perfect for Valentine's Day. So I want to let you know, I know I said it a couple times, but the strawberry shortcake, the Oreo cookie, the Butterfinger candy bar pretzels, they're all going to be on the website, and I will put the links down below. Let's see, I have one more demonstration to do, and then we will jump back into giving you some ideas of how you can dress up these 5 basic techniques that you have learned. So the next one is 3 different drizzles. So we have just our basic one, which is straight across. We have an angled one that kind of goes different directions, and then we have a crisscross. So I want to demonstrate that to you really quick. And first, I have a little thing I love. Okay, so you take your regular pretzel. I don't know if you have ever heard of this. This is petal dust. And I found this at Michael's. It's very intense. I think you can add water to it and paint with it on fondant and stuff, but I don't want to do that because you know candy melts do not like water. So what I'm going to do, I have my little set of brushes that I use just for food, and here we go. So I'm just going to tiny little dip in there. It doesn't take much. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. You take your little pretzel and just kind of smudge some colors here and there. This will just give it some depth. A little more. Leave some of the basic color shining through. Make sure you get the sides. I'm going to do more. I want it to really pop. Also, a trick I do, if you're using a lot of luster dust or whatever, I use, this is clean, it has not been used except for baking, okay? I use this, and it kind of, instead of having to blow off any extra dust, you just take this and it will remove all the extra dust for you. Okay, so now that we did that, let's move on to our actual drizzles. So, here we go. This one, I'm gonna do this one in the angle. So what you do for this is you go on an angle this way, then switch and go this way. And then switch and go the other way. And so on. That's, let that dry. This one's just normal. You don't have to illustrate that. You know that one. This one is just one this way, like this. Then we're gonna, to that, go ahead, use our trusty tool here. We're gonna pick up, these are pearls, pink pearls, and kind of just place them in the X right there. Hold it down just for a minute. There we go. Just hold it down, and you just follow. Every time there's an X, you add a pearl. So we don't really have to. So this, also I wanted to show you, have you ever used, let me see, I'll do it on this one that's plain. Have you ever used luster dust? Oh, it's beautiful. This will also kind of fancy up just a plain pretzel. So this is white iridescent. White iridescent here. All you do is take this and paint it right on your pretzel, and it just gives it a beautiful shine. Oh, it's gorgeous. I don't know if this is going to show up for you on camera, but it's definitely worth doing. So you could do the 3 drizzles and this beautiful luster. See if I can get that close enough for you. That you see, isn't it gorgeous? It's gorgeous. Okay, so this is what we have. You have your cute, I would say, can you see that? I don't know. Let me show you here. I would say that would be perfect for a ballerina party. This kind of reminds me of the crisscross of the slippers. So cute. And then this one is just, it's got that dimension in the background with the darker color and then the different angles of drizzle. So just something different instead of just doing the basic straight across drizzle. Okay, so let's move on to just some ideas of how you can take what you've learned and transfer them into fun party treats. All right, so we already showed you the Mickey Mouse theme ones, we showed you the cactus ones. How about if you just have just a plain one, like this, with just red sprinkles? Guess what you could do to that? You can add a party ring. And now look at that. Now you have a cute little party favor and treat all together. It's so cute, right? And this could go for anything, not just pirate theme. Then I want to show you how easy it is to transfer, just by using the techniques that you have learned, making the perfect holiday pretzels. Look at these beauties. Aren't they so pretty? I love it. Just simple with the drizzle, the sprinkles. I just love them so much. So one more, and that is, I talked about this a little bit before, adding spices to your pretzels. All this is it was dipped in cinnamon and sugar, and now you have a churro pretzel. I had so much fun showing you how to expand on the basic pretzel decorating techniques you learned in video 1. I hope you learned a lot and you're able to make lots of incredible treats. Join me for video 3 as we transition from beginner pretzel creator to advanced pretzel creator. I hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching.